Back in the saddle again on the Monday group call. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of SpeakerFocus.com, here with the one and only Mr. Auston Troyer, CTO. On behalf of Austin and the staff at SpeakerFocus.com and myself, we are absolutely thrilled to be here for the Monday group calls, going over any and everything pertaining to growing your speaker business. And from the looks of the support tickets lately, man, is everybody growing. I absolutely love it. You know the drill. Use the raise hand feature if you have a question. Daryl, I already see you with your hand up. I'll be getting right to you. Let me see. We got a couple of shout outs here in the chat. I love it. Ed Babcock, president of Toastmasters out of New Hampshire. I love it. Hey, Brian. Is that Brian Rehorn? Yeah. Brian, that was not tomato juice, Brian. That was beet juice. I drank it all the way down. Intermittent fasting and fasting. Got my blood pressure down to reasonable levels. I'm already down another 7 pounds. It's just a big chemistry experiment. What did they say? Bitter is better. This stuff is really bitter, but it's really good for you. So I'm doing whatever I got to do to keep my blood pressure down without medication. And I'm in a groove and in a flow right now, and I'm feeling great. So let's keep going. Hey, Michelle Arnold, nice to see you. Good evening. That's right, Brian. We all have our own battles that we're dealing with. Mine has been weight and blood pressure for a while. Hey, Charlene Giselle. And I am going to conquer it, just like I do everything else. Sometimes we're not focused, but I'm locked all the way in. And I'm focused right now because I really want to lose this weight and I want to live and I want to be healthy. And that's what it boils down to. So I appreciate all of the support that I've gotten on the platform, because you know what my struggle has been. If you're going to be transparent with me, I got to be transparent with you. So let's go. Daryl up first. Daryl, talk to me, brother.
Greetings, KTR and family. I never talk on here, but I just wanted to say that I feel good today. I'm excited because I got my medical my medical results from my pulmonologist, and I've been battling with something called Aspergillus pneumonia, and a layperson wouldn't know what that is. It's not regular pneumonia, but right. The treatment has been going well for 4 months. They had me on a treatment and got a CT scan in my lung. He told me the lesions were clearing up, and we just got to finish the treatment by the end of next month. And hopefully I'll be able to have my full breath back, and I'll be able to engage like I want to on many different levels. Mm-hmm. But I was just excited, and I wanted to thank you guys for the support that you always give, coming from KTR's leadership example. When he opened his chest up, just a little slang, but he opened his chest up about his personal problems and some of the things that he was going through. And they resemble mine, similar. Mm-hmm. One thing that he said was, have you ever laid in the bed for 2 days without showering? Mm. Well, my wife knows I did that. Nobody else knows that. However, that helped me feel better about that level of depression that I was dealing with. Yeah. I feel great now. I'm excited. And KTR and Austin, I finally turned in signature programs. So thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Daryl, you're very welcome. Let me go back over a couple of things you said. I did see you turned in a support ticket, either it was yesterday or today. And I will make sure we get some feedback on those signature programs. I've been waiting to view those. And Daryl, through the messaging from your signature programs, there's pieces of your life in there. And then the medical struggles that you've been dealing with is just a piece of it. It's not all of it. But listen, I could hear that you were laboring on maybe last Monday or the Monday before that. I remember it sounds like you kind of had a cold on the very first call that we did with you through the onboarding process, but you sound so much better, bro. I can hear it. Like you're not laboring with your breathing as much. You know, these are things, if you allow the process to happen, we all go through certain things in life and it knocks you on your ass. But what defines you as a human being is you getting up from that situation and moving forward. Daryl, we're happy to hear you're growing, you're getting healthier, because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, if you don't have the health, they say your health is your wealth, but it's so thrown around. But you really gotta get committed in a whole nother way if you want to live. I want to live a long life, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do that, then you got to start looking at it totally different. I got to start holding myself accountable at a different level. And that's why I just drank that beet juice. And that's why I've been fasting all day. I've been juicing all day, drank a whole bunch of water, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hungry. I'm not thinking about food like I used to think about it. And I'm excited just like you are. See, when you reach another level in your life, you got reason to be excited. Think about all the things that you're building for your speaker business right now. You should be excited about taking the next step in this journey. We can't rush it. It's not going to just come to us just like that. But I don't promise it to you, man. I guarantee you, you just enjoy the process along the way. Daryl, your whole attitude is different now, bro. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, KT. I feel great, man. I just wanted to share with the family. They've always been supportive in chats, anything like that. And I really think this is a part of a family that can assist me in growing my business. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're more than welcome, man. I see Jonathan chiming in as well. He said he had, he said, congrats on beating the pneumonia. He said he had it 2 years ago and it was a beast, man. So we're all struggling with certain things. And, a lot of us, a lot of times as speakers, we don't feel comfortable divulging when we really been in a bad situation. But I'm telling you, the more vulnerable you are to your audience, and the more that you're willing to serve people, see, you're going to serve them in a much better capacity when you're going through a struggle. Y'all are going to see me drop this weight. Every time you get on this group call, you're going to see this is a level of accountability. You're going to see my weight coming down because now I got a whole nother different kind of mindset. It's a different kind of education. I look at food different. I look at drinking water. I look at juicing. I look at fasting, intermittent fasting. I look at it all. And I haven't been able to do it on my own. I've had a lot of great examples to be able to follow. And, I had to kick myself in the rear end. So, we're always going to be here supporting each other. And that's why me and Auston built this platform. So people will get breakthroughs like this, Daryl. So we'll give you some feedback on your signature program. I'll be talking to you real soon, brother.
Thanks, sir.
Love you, boss. Keep your head up, man.
Love you too, soldier.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, we got, who is that next? We got Charlene Giselle is up next. Let me lower Daryl's hand. And Charlene.
Oh, hi, KTR. How are you?
I'm doing super fantastic. How are you today?
I'm really good. Well, I know you're handling this like a champion, I'm sure, but if there is anything I can do, when it comes to hacking your biology and dropping the weight, that's what I'm good at.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We have so many, I'm fortunate we have so many, professionals on our platform that they have been giving me advice. So, you're probably going to get a message or two from me, because
I would love that. I really mean that.
I'm interested in learning everything I can about what it takes to be at a, optimal health. And I'm interested and I'm definitely open. So absolutely. I'm all ears. If you want to send me some information, I love to understand what your system and what it is that you do. Learning more about that and what you do is going to help me serve you better on this platform as well. Cause then I got a better understanding of what it is that you do.
Awesome. Thank you. So I wanted to say I forwarded an email to you last week from the conference coordinator that said that the client really liked my profile, but they couldn't basically go through with the tech requirement. And I know it was a really positive feedback, but it made me think, perhaps if I hadn't sent so many tech requirements, I would have had the gig, because it sounds like they just wanted something like super chilled, without a screen, without a mic,
right.
And clearly they had a budget, and clearly it was like important enough that they had just their C-suite member, but they just wanted something fairly laid back, like small outdoor pergola.
Right.
And so when I got the email, obviously I was grateful that they said the client liked me, but I also felt like it was a bit of a missed opportunity in a sense. And I just wasn't sure, I couldn't really track back and say, oh, but I can do it without a mic. And I don't know, I just wanted to get your view on that. Like, have you had this situation happen before? And how do you prevent that from happening in the future, in the sense of like, in a way, sending like really precise audio and visual tech can sometimes put people off for a smaller event?
Okay. Well, that's a great point. Well, first of all, it's about improving the process every time you connect with a conference coordinator, meeting or event planner, somebody potentially that's going to hire you to speak. Now, maybe you could have prevented that. You could have held back the audio visual requirements. Maybe we could have done a better job at the needs assessment up front, asking the client what it is that they needed. All these kind of things are just, I call it next times. What can we do the next time that will potentially prevent that or put our speaker services in a better position to serve that particular client? You also too have, I think you did a great job at keeping the client close enough to you and getting some information. I don't think that it was a negative email. Like sometimes, if you're going to lose the gig over audio visual requirements, you can always go back and you can say to the meeting planner, hey, listen, if we need to do something more scaled down, I'm open to doing that as well.
Yeah.
You see how I place those words like that? I'm open to doing that as well if you want to do something more scaled back. So they had a budget, so they don't want to do the gig now? Is that what you're telling me?
No, that they're doing it, but they've chosen someone that didn't have audiovisual requirement.
So they went in another direction.
Yeah.
They chose another speaker. Okay, well, that happens all the time. So perhaps when you had their attention and, going through the needs assessment. So watch this. The first part is find out what the client needs. All right. Now, in the next time you could say, well, is this going to be an on-site event? So what's what are your expectations for the room setup? And then you could start engaging in a conversation with them. I know some clients, have a screen on site already. Some clients will bring the screen in for me. Is it necessary for a PowerPoint? Will I be using a handout? All of these kind of things need to be discussed up front. And that's why you send over the speaker needs assessment.
Okay.
That's why you send that over. Or the pre-program questionnaire. I'm sorry. It's called the pre-program questionnaire. Did you send that over prior to having a conversation with them before the deal fell apart?
No.
Okay. All right. Now, again, these are next times, because in the pre-program questionnaire, I know may seem like a lot to go through it, but you need to understand what the client is looking for, and then how to serve that client for exactly what they're looking for. So yeah, if they didn't listen, here's also too how you got to look at it. If a client went in another direction just because of audio visual requirements, maybe they were just looking to pay the least amount of money and not getting the best quality training. Did you look at it like that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, and then they followed up with a very positive email saying when they get a bigger gig with a bigger audience, that'll be the first person they grab. So
exactly. So now what you have to do is remember this, they call it retargeting. So you should be focused on retargeting. Now that's where the automation is going to come in later down the line that Auston teaches you in module number 5. It's going to come in handy because remember, your list is your asset. So you should be building up names like that client, and you're going to create multiple touch points. That means putting them on your email marketing list every single month. Keeping a relationship going. You're going to add value. You're not going to keep asking them for the engagement. Hey, when is the date coming up where you guys are going to hire me? You're never going to do that. you're going to say, what can I do to serve you in a better way? Give them some free tips. Create like a PDF document of free information in their space that will help them reduce their level of stress, become more healthier. Create a video. Put together a 3 to 5 minute video. Put together a training video for them for free every single month. Just reach out to them. Keep them on your list. Put them in your CRM. Keep building your list because, excuse me, it's called TOMA, Charlene, TOMA. It stands for top of mind awareness. Your goal right now is to create top of mind awareness with that particular conference coordinator who's already on your radar. You're on theirs now officially. Just because we don't get the gig, I'm telling you, all of y'all need to listen to this. Don't get discouraged because you don't get the gig, because you still got a favorable email in your inbox of that client wants to work with you because they like what you have to offer, because you showed them the value. Now what you got to do is you got to keep over delivering.
Okay. And how do I like tactically, how do I also keep a close relationship with that conference coordinator without dismissing that client? What I mean by that is, how do I keep a relationship with her, the conference coordinator, but let her know that I'm also open to other client engagement? So not saying, okay, well, this one didn't work out, but do you know what I mean by that? Like just keeping her open to the idea that maybe there is another fit with another client.
Yeah. Well, you always want to think about this as you are pairing or matching your speaker services with that meeting planner or conference coordinator. Again, this is the reason why one of the first things when you start engaging with the client, you're going to do a needs assessment with them first. You're going to remember, selling is not convincing. Selling is positioning of your brand and presentation of the facts. You're going to ask them questions first. It's called a discovery call. It's a needs assessment call. You're going to figure out what they need first. And then when you're going through the process, maybe you're not to the audiovisual part yet, because the audiovisual part or your audiovisual requirements, that is when you're closing the gig. That's part of the closing. You don't necessarily need to push that real hard up front. Once you figure out what they need, then once they say, okay, Charlene, we want to engage you, then you send them over the needs assessment. Then you want to get them to issue a purchase order because you want to figure out how long it's going to take them to cut the check or wire you your money or put it on a credit card or what have you. You want to send over that pre-programmed questionnaire because that has everything in it that you're going to need to know to service that client. So this is just a good next time, Charlene. It's not like they said they didn't want to do business with you at all. They just wanted to do something at a smaller scale with another speaker. Maybe the next time they want to do something with you bigger for a bigger check. Keep the client close to you. Create multiple touch points. We call that top of mind awareness. TOMA.
Okay, that's really helpful. Can I ask you another question?
Yes, you can. We don't have to rush. This is what the group calls for.
Amazing. So I've been shortlisted for a conference and asked to submit my formal application, which is very exciting. But I can only pick one of the 4 of my signature program because I get one gig basically. And I was wondering, how do you get the decision to like picking which one? And then they've asked me very technical question around the proposed format of my session. Is it a tag team, roundtable, workshop, IWI, in-night talk? Is it simulation, fireside chat, solution room, campfire? It was a really technical question. And then they've asked me if it was a thought leadership, research evidence-based, training, case study, or personal insights. So it was just like a lot more detailed questionnaire that I'm used to deal with. So I just thought it would be great to run it by you because I haven't come across that kind of level of question before.
No problem. Okay, so that sounds like it's a call for speakers where you went on a website, you filled out a form, and
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're going to give you what the requirements are. See, those are called modes of delivery. What that particular organization is requesting from you, they want to know if it's a fireside chat. They want to know if it's going to be an on-site strategic work session, if it's going to be in the format of a keynote speech for an hour. Is it going to be an educational keynote for 2 hours? Is it going to be a workshop or seminar format for 2 to 4 hours? Is it going to be a workshop or seminar format for 4 to 8 hours? Excuse me, for a full day program.
That's right. And they also asked me, is it 15, 20, 30, 40, or 60 minutes?
Exactly, because they only have that now. What they do is they call those breakout or track sessions. They may have at a large conference that you may be one of 25 to 50 speakers, and they may want you to present a 15-minute session, a 30-minute session. They're trying to gauge what kind of fit you are and where they would like to put you in the program. So what you can do is you go back over the list. Let's do a process of elimination with the list right now. What you want to do is match your skill set with what one of the requirements are. So this is real easy to do. So start from the top to the bottom again, and let's do a process of elimination, because this is a real simple yes or no. This is a mode of delivery. Do you have the desire or the willingness to deliver a fireside chat? So start from the top to the bottom and let's go. I'm gonna help you throw some of them out, and then you're gonna be left with the ones that you feel like you want to do, and you're gonna choose from those. So go from the bottom top.
Traditional session. One or more speaker engage with the topic.
Okay, you said traditional session, and say that again, please. Your accent kind of threw me off. Say it again.
Sorry. One or more speaker to engage with a topic.
Oh, they're asking for one or more speakers to engage with the topic, like you're gonna have a partner.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be speaking solo. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you could possibly do a traditional, what was it? What was that verbiage again? Traditional?
One or more speaker engage with the topic. Traditional session.
Traditional session. So you could do a traditional session, which would typically be a workshop or seminar format, but you don't have a partner. So let's X that one out.
Okay. Tag team speaker. Again, I can eliminate that.
Eliminate that.
Roundtable discussion. Eliminate that.
Workshop. Wait a minute. Wait, hold. Let's slow down. I love roundtable discussions. Now, that means that everybody's going to be at a round table, or now that you're practicing social distancing, instead of 10 people at the table, it may be 5 people at the table. But a roundtable discussion is just the way the room is going to be set up. You may have 10 round tables in a ballroom. You're going to facilitate and you can walk through the tables. I love round tables. You can get up close and personal. I'm all up in their face. I'm pointing at them. I love round table. Maybe you want to present at a round table discussion. You can have them take notes. They're doing it's like an on-site strategic work session. It's very intimate, very, very effective, because you can deliver your strategies right there and you can get immediate feedback. So you may want to consider that.
Okay.
Do you feel like that's something that you want to do?
Yeah, I think I'm more drawn towards the workshop, the next one, a hands-on and practical training experience.
Yes, definitely that's right up your alley, because you have so much of that experience of what you do. That really is the one right there so far that matches to me with your signature programs. But continue.
Agreed. IWIL INAT talk. So they said that's a 15-minute TED style talk.
I see what they're saying. Okay, so here's the thing. If I'm going to go, I'm not going to speak for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to speak for half an hour or an hour. Remember this, cool. More screen time, more stage time equals more time to promote your business.
Yeah.
So obviously you want to go there and speak for the longest time possible. By the way, everybody, I appreciate your patience. Haley, Edward, Anita, I see you with your hands up. I'll be right with you as soon as I finish with Charlene. Go ahead, Charlene. What's the next one?
Fireside chat.
Mm-hmm.
And
now watch this. Now, fireside chat, literally, if you're doing a retreat, they may have you out in the mountains somewhere, and it may be a fire, and people may be sitting on the ground. It might be a big fire going, and then you're going to be facilitating by the fire. These are all things that are possible in the world of professional speaking. So do you have the willingness, or does that sound fun to you? It's a simple yes or no.
That's not where I'm going.
Okay, then yeah, because you're way too corporate to be sitting out in the woods trying to do some fireside chat. I get it. I've done them before. I like it. It was fun. They paid me my money, but go ahead. And what's next?
Simulation. And then they say in the description, this is the one that actually really drew my interest. Session creates a true-to-life learning environment that enables participants to put real knowledge and skills into practice through a hands-on guided activity.
Yes.
And that's really what I do with the breath work and the mindfulness, because I take my participant to implement right on. So I don't just talk at them, I make them practice.
Exactly. You put it into motion right away. That's called a participant-centered learning style.
Okay,
participant-centered learning. It's engaging, it's interactive, it's action-oriented. You give them an exercise, they do the exercise, they give you feedback, you tell them what they're doing right or wrong. Everybody grows and learns from the ground up. They are way better than when they walked in that room. And that's the kind of trainer that you are. So now you have two of the categories that you will be interested in. The last one, without a doubt, that's right up your alley. So you choose that one, and you send that one back in there, and then whatever other information that they need, which is going to be part of the sales tools that we're teaching you how to put together, which they're going to ask for your bio. They're probably going to ask for, you said you can only choose one of your signature programs. Is that correct?
Yeah, only one. And that's the other thing that I'm finding hard, because which one?
Okay, don't find it hard. See, watch this. When you're indecision is a dream killer, and it's a productivity killer. You have to choose. Why do you think when I'm speaking to everybody on this platform, I ask you a direct question and I say simple yes or no? I don't allow you to stay in the gray area, because if you're going to create a habit of being indecisive, you're never going to choose. Now, why? So let's do a process of elimination with your signature programs. Which one of them do you feel like facilitates all four of them? And maybe you can pick that signature program and then share the information and create an outline from there.
That's what I did, KTR. And I came up with this new title that basically takes the best bit of all of them. And the one that I want to put forward for my application is Harnessing the Power of Innovation for a Sustainable Career.
Okay. All right. So now, does that encapsulate 360-based sustainability?
Yeah.
Does that encapsulate the other signature programs that you created?
Yeah.
There you go. So remember this, customization is going to be a very valuable skill in the new training landscape that we're in right now. I talk to these meeting planners every day. I constantly do research, articles, and I talk to everybody who's somebody in this industry. And I'm telling you right now, the training industry has absolutely exploded, but there are not enough quality trainers who know how to customize their presentations. What you're doing is you are taking the very fabric of your signature program and you are customizing it and making it work for the client who has the need. Your signature programs solve the problem. The client has a basic need. You want to make the need match the problem, and you have the solution to do that.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You got any other questions?
No, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Hey, listen, last but not least, keep me posted about what's going on, and don't get discouraged, because you have a lot of positive activity going with people that are in your industry who want to hire you to speak. You're going to be getting a check for $5,000 in the near future. Mark my words.
Okay.
Okay. Talk to you real soon. Okay. Let's see. We got, let me see. We got, Haley. Talk to me.
Hello.
How are you? Nice to hear from you again.
It's nice to be here. I don't get to make these calls very often, so try to jump in when I can.
It's all good. Nice to have you participate today. What's your question?
Basically, my question is more like around when at the beginning of your journey and kind of when you started this, kind of working through building up your supreme confidence. I felt like I had it when I started, and as I was going through everything and realized like there's a lot, like I liked all the questions and everything that I'm going through because it's really helping me answer questions and figure out more about kind of what I'm doing. And I feel like I stuck at the supreme confidence piece and kind of going to the next level. I've gone through all of the stuff. I've got my programs approved, and now I'm at the point of, I got my pictures taken at the point of kind of getting my video demo in, and then that's kind of year started to creep in, and I'm just not trying to let that hold me back or cripple me anymore. And I'm just looking for some encouragement or things that you went through to help you at the very beginning of your speaking career.
Okay, well, when I was going through it, first of all, that's a great question. And, you know, Haley, remember, you have great signature programs. I barely had to touch your signature programs when you send them over. You know how to articulate your business. Mm-hmm. You understand what your messaging is all about. You are very clear in your messaging, and you were able to, let me tell you something, verbal communication, the way you express yourself comes out totally different when you write it down. Yeah. You really want to understand how a person thinks. Look at the way they write, because your writing are silent thoughts. That's what it is. So you have a gift of expressing yourself. So don't be so hard on yourself, because I see this happen all the time. Right now, what you're doing is you're overthinking it. Now you've crushed the hardest part of this coaching program, besides module 5 of setting up the automation, which is the messaging. Everybody struggles with the messaging. I don't give a damn who they are. You are first of all, you're in the top 10% of people to turn in signature programs that I didn't have to touch one word. I went through them and I said, approved. What am I looking for? Command over content. Does all of it flow? Does it have value to the meeting planner? Once you looked at the template and you followed it, you knocked it out the park. That's the first thing. So you should not be languishing in confidence when it comes to your messaging. The very opposite of what you displayed when you turned in your signature programs is called glossophobia. Glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. Yeah. And we know you're not afraid to speak, Haley.
Yeah.
So let's just stop, okay? We got to just reset. The issue is that you're overwhelmed. You run a successful fitness business, and you were trying to, you went through the process just like a lot of people on our platform. They feel like it's a competition, like it's a race. There's no race. It's a self-paced course. You're going to get busy because you run a successful fitness empire. We knew that before we onboarded you, and we discussed it. I told you, we can pick up right where you left off. We are always going to be here, as you can see. We aren't going anywhere. I like nothing more than to hop on the Monday group calls so we can just reset your focus. That's all you need to do. Now watch this. So I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna go back to when KTR, before I knew what the hell a signature program was, before I knew what a speaker info kit was, I damn sure enough didn't know what a speaker video demo was, or any of this other stuff that we're teaching you on the platform. Very early on in my career, I was trying to reinvent the wheel. I had the fluffy motivational part right, but I was sorely lacking marketing skills. So when I did finally learn what I was supposed to be doing, I got a little intimidated. I was like, damn, I'm sitting here comparing my speaker info kit to, like a lot of you do on the platform. They compare their speaker info kit to mine. And you know, I'm a different kind of speaker. I got a celebrity brand. You know, you don't have to compare my speaker info kit to yours and vice versa. So what I started to do, I got intimidated because I was looking at what everybody else is doing. Forget about what everybody else is doing. Haley, you are a very intelligent young woman who is a business professional, and you got a high business IQ. All right. Now, the things where you weren't sure about, that's the reason why you signed up for speakerfocus.com. So your messaging is on point. I remember I was struggling with the messaging because, you know what? I used to have a problem. Well, I did not know how to connect thought with the right kind of verbiage. So I would always say too much or write too much. I had to learn how to truncate all of that stuff. And it took me a long time to be able to find some type of system that I follow that would teach me that. But I was intimidated and I was overwhelmed. So you know what I did? I procrastinated. The number one cause of procrastination is when a task is overwhelming. I felt overwhelmed. So guess what most people do? They just don't do anything. So they just stop. Maybe that's what happened to you a little bit. You said, okay, it's easier to do the fitness stuff because I know that I'm already making money with it. Okay, I know they approved my signature programs already. And you did send over a version of a speaker video. You sent me a version of, no, it wasn't the final speaker video demo, but you did send me a sample of your signature programs. And what did I tell you? I said, Haley, you have command over content, move on to the next thing. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I understand what it's like to be overwhelmed. You have to simplify. So you already have your signature programs done. Now you're moving into, you got to go over the checklist now, get the graphic designer, all the things on the checklist for the speaker info kit, and start moving towards getting your speaker video demo done. Send me a reminder and I will send you over our top students who are crushing it with their speaker info kit, their websites, and their speaker video demos. I'll send you over more examples than you can shake a stick at, and then you're going to know exactly how it's supposed to be put together.
Okay.
So the next stage for you is to work on your sales tools.
Yeah.
You can't skip steps. So work on your sales tools. So now here's the question. Are you going to be hiring a web designer? No, you already have a website. So are you going to be adding a speaker tab on your website and just put all the content on there? Or are you going to be using the template that we have on our platform?
I think I'm going to add a tab on my website. I'm going to check out what you guys have, and then I'm going to look at both of them.
Okay. No problem. So then, so you're going to look at both options. So you already have a website. So if you don't want to use our template, remember, you can just add a speaking tab on your website. That's going to be the 4 signature programs that's already complete. Check 1, done. Next thing is going to be working on the speaker video demo. Send me a reminder. I'll point you in the right direction where all those are located so you can see the examples of other students who are crushing it on our platform. So you know exactly how it's supposed to be put together, and there'll be all kinds of different versions. You got to do what you feel that matches your brand, but as you're going to see, there's a theme. You're going to see everybody's signature programs in there. You're going to see everybody adding value to the meeting planner because that's what we teach you how to do on the platform. Next, get a graphic designer and get them the content and go over the to-do list in module 2 for your speaker info kit. So here's the question. Do you have access to a graphic designer that can help you with the speaker info kit? And do you have access to an editor who can help you with your speaker video demo?
I don't think I have either for both. I haven't tried looking, but I don't have anything right now.
Okay. We can get you some resources as far as editing is concerned. And a lot of our students are getting great results working through Fiverr, right? Or if you want me to get some results from some other people, like if you said, hey, I like this speaker info kit, who designed this website or who did this speaker info kit or who did their speaker video demo? I can connect you with the student on our platform and get you those resources, no problem. If it's one in specific that you like and you got to have that editor, I'll put you in contact with it's not a problem. Okay?
Appreciate that.
So now, this is what we're here for. So now, remember, people stay stuck like a stick in the mud when they don't have the resources to move forward. You have the resources to move forward. Go over the checklist, start getting the content organized for your speaker info kit and your website. And also your signature programs are already done. That's why we do that first and get it out the way. So once you get those things done, now you're ready to move on to start doing outreach. Remember, you already have a LLC set up in Canada, right? You're for your business entity. And your social media is already lit. You got to start dropping videos that add value to the conference coordinator. Start talking about your signature programs. Those are the kind of videos you should be posting. You want a free education on what you should be posting on your social media, just go to my Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and then you'll be able to see how you're supposed to be connecting with your target buyer. Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
Start sending examples over so you can get some feedback. I'll tell you if it's horrible. I'll tell you if it's whack. Haley, it looks amazing. Haley, it's horrible. If it's horrible, fix it. Send it back over for approval.
Mm-hmm.
You're not that far off.
Thank you.
So why you been so hard on yourself lately?
I would definitely say overwhelmed. Like it started to get really real. I felt like I didn't have enough experience to consider myself a professional in terms of speaking. Within where I felt comfortable, I felt like a professional and I felt good and comfortable there. But I guess it's just elevating out of that. It was getting overwhelming, which happens. But I just
listen. So two things I want to share with you. And if you got any more questions, I'll be happy to answer those as well. Edward, Anita, and Alex, I see your hand up. I'll be right with you. Thank you for your patience. Now, Haley, first of all, remember, the number one cause of procrastination is when the task is overwhelming. So the first thing you must do, I used to run an organizational business for companies and for single family homes. The very first thing you want to do is when you get overwhelmed and when you're not organized is you got to simplify. You got to get rid of everything that does not serve your business. And I call them hard line business decisions. You've got to get rid of family members that's not supporting you. Television that's not educating you. Family, I'm going to say friends. I'm not trying to tell you how to spend your time. I'm just telling you what's real. See, when it gets real and you're the one that's there left sitting holding the bag and have to do all the work, your friends are nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. This is a solo journey. The only way you're going to get help is you go to show up on the Monday group call, keep submitting support tickets, talk to me in Austin, where we will help you out. I don't give a damn how many questions that you have. You've got to simplify, Haley. Get rid of anything that is not serving you, uplifting you, or complementing your vision. It's got to go. Now, you got to make that determination. You got to look at your life and say, okay, what is draining me? Is it some clients that's draining? Sometimes you got to fire clients. Forget the money. You got to fire clients that are assholes. Start attracting better clients. Start managing your business in a better way. Don't take on as many clients. Perhaps you should increase the fees. Take on less clients and charge more money. Your services are good enough to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to ever charge more money. Mm-hmm. Simplify and get rid of everything you do not need. Now you don't have to make as many decisions to do so many things. You got too many balls in the air. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the next thing. Let's move on to your confidence as a speaker. You may not have a lot of quote unquote professional speaking experience on the platform, but after you finish all these sales tools and your speaker video demo, you are going to look the part. You already look the part. You already are worthy enough to get that check for $5,000+. You may not have a lot of professional speaking experience in front of corporations and things of that nature. And yeah, you might got a little youth that's still on your side. So you may say, okay, well, what experience do I really have? Every job that you've ever worked, every client that you've worked with, the expertise that you've developed over a number of years to learn what it is that you do. That's the reason why the conference coordinator wants to hire you, not the number of speaking engagements that you have, Haley. You got it?
Yeah.
They hire you because you are a specialist, subject matter expert, leading authority, and trusted advisor. That is the reason why they want to put you on the platform. You're pretty awesome. I'm personally offended that you're being this hard on yourself because I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Be kinder, be kinder. All right, you're right. I got this.
Of course you got it. Now watch this. Don't give me no lip service. Show me that you got it and work on the to-do list and start sending it over. Now watch this. One thing at a time. So let's choose which one we're going to work on first. So you're stressing a little bit less. Which one? The speaker video demo, the speaker info kit, or the website? What are you going to do first? What's your focus?
The video demo.
Okay, so remember, send a support ticket. Hey, KTR, I need to see all the students who are crushing it I'll send you over all these examples. It's probably gonna be like 20, 30 examples. Look at their speaker video demo. KTR, I found the one that I really, really like. Send back a support ticket, say, I like this one. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ben Hall has the best speaker video demo on our platform. That shit is fire. It's amazing. Ben played in NFL, he was a star tight end at Clemson University, #1 recruited tight end out of high school. When he was coming out, won the top 40 under 40 award, Entrepreneur of the Year in Spartanburg, South Carolina, Big Ben's Desserts. I got a tour date with him January the 1st in Spartanburg. So you can look at that, and it was some real simple editing, but it was hot the way he put it together, and he just followed the formula. So you're going to focus on the speaker video demo first.
Yeah.
Okay, now you got to start gathering all the content together. That means you got to sit in the office space, or you got to sit in a Zoom session, and you got to say your signature programs. You may want to be in some of your fitness gear. You may want to be in the gym when you do some of it. Some of it you may want to dress with professional attire. You may have to get a videographer to follow you around. Start shooting some footage. You have to put all of the footage together in order to complete your whole speaker video demo. Let me see. Dr. Krishna from South Africa. Dr. Krishna put her speaker video demo together with all Zoom sessions that she's done with her clients. And then the filler stuff that she put in there was her signature program. She shot everything right from her laptop. She took the Zoom MP4s from the Zoom sessions, and she put it all together and created a fire speaker video demo. You'll see it when I send it over to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go through those first and get some inspiration.
Okay, now let's set a timeline. Remember, Haley, last but not least, a deadline is a forcing system of accountability. So what kind of deadline are you going to put on it so we can circle back and potentially have your speaker video demo, at least the first draft done, and have a videographer in place to work with you?
I'm going to send the support ticket today.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have an idea picked. Let's look at the calendar. It's Monday. By Friday, I'm going to have an idea picked. And then go through some of my old Zoom stuff with my clients and start getting ideas to put everything together. Exactly. But by Friday, I'll start working on that piece.
Exactly. Remember, you can just do some talking headshots for right now as a placeholder until you start getting some live engagements, and then you can start swapping out. The speaker video demo is always going to be upgraded. You can just do talking head stuff right through your Zoom session, do multiple change of outfits, do a photo shoot, incorporate some pictures, and your speaker video demo is done. Okay, now, another thing. When are you going to sit down and get rid of everything that you do not need? And I want you to take a real hard look at your schedule, your clients, your personal life, everything. Because you need to free up more time so you could be doing more of what you want to do. That way, because you shouldn't be overwhelmed. You got to have structure. And if you don't have enough structure, typically people with no structure, they let their schedule get out of control.
Okay, I'm going to do that today.
Start charging more money, Haley, and see less clients.
That I need to do that too.
You got it? If you need help with pricing, send a support ticket and I'll help you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I love you. Send me the support tickets over and I'll talk to you real soon.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
No problem. You're very welcome. Okay, let's see. Edward Mosley Jr. is up next. Edward, what's up, boss?
Hey, you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Edward, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to jump on. I have to actually jump off to another call, but
no problem.
I didn't really have I just wanted to make some comments. I heard a lot of conversation going on the call. I love these calls.
Okay. Thank you.
But I just want to just throw some stuff out just for the other callers, if I may. Just
absolutely.
I just want to share, like, when you become an expert at your own story, your confidence level will grow dramatically. It's not about, what people want to hear, how you tailor, how you do this, but your story is your story. And when you stay in that lane about being very authentic, transparent, and vulnerable in your own story and your own talents, you bring value to your life. And then those people that don't bring value to you, then you have to cut them because they're draining. And your first caller, he talked about, him not talking that much and finally get on the call. But I will say, for me, my personal story is going from broken to healed. And when I really went through that entire process and really became vulnerable to the public and to my audience and to my ideal client,
right,
I really grew.
I
grew 10,000%. And the other thing I will say is, once I finally kind of took myself out of the equation and really listened to what you and Austin was really saying, and I duplicated those things. I mean, I'm talking to the point of really looking at all of your bios on all of your different pages and taking the templates and making them mine. Just really going it from that point, it grew me from a person. I mean, it grew my person into a huge brand business. So just give an example, a win for me this week was when I finally made it through module 5.3, I sent out 30 deals. I moved 7 or 8 of those over to first messages sent. And I already got like 4 of those coming back. So when I really, really focused on the modules and really listening and following those without question, it really worked. I even got I just got it about 3 o'clock today. I copy wrote, and a lot of the people on here may not be at this stage yet, but copyright your stuff. I just got an email approved from U.S. Library of Congress. My signature programs are copyright now. So this is not a game for me anymore. You have to be freaking relentless and go after every freaking thing you want, because if my price is 5,000 or 10,000, that's what it is.
That's right.
If you can't pay it, guess what? Then I'm not your person and you're not my client. I'm okay with that now. So again, I just want to jump on here. Huh?
Did that bother you at some point in your career when you didn't feel like you were worthy of a high fee?
It did not bother. Well, let me say it this way. So after my 22 years in the Marine Corps, I saw people that we brought in, even as a government employee. I saw people we brought in, we paid $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for 6 hours of talking, and then they're going to train the trainer.
Right.
And they had less educational or experience than I did in the field of anything. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way in hell that I should be only charging, or I should say very hesitant in charging a fee that I know I'm worth. So it did. It did kind of bother me at the beginning, but at this point, I'm like, you know what? Not anymore. Because I want that 10,000. I want that 15. I want that $30,000 for a trip. So yeah, that's where I am right now.
Yeah,
I just want to share
that. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, Errol. Before you go, that's a nice paradigm shift. And when you get there in your mind where you want to charge the higher fee, you got to believe it. You can't just say it. You got to believe it. You got to know. And watch this. As soon as you hear clients say this, you got to learn to deal with rebuttals, because managing the sales cycle from contact to close it's a learned skill. So when clients tell you, well, Edward, we have someone who will do it for less. Well, guess what? My rebuttal is I have clients that pay more.
Yes, sir.
You see, that's how you deal with that. And you watch this. What Austin is teaching you in module 5 is to have so many options. See, leads are options. Your list is an asset. You move those over to strategy. You say strategy called attendant. What was the category you put them in that you marked them in your CRM?
So of course, so I just moved them to first message sent.
First message
and now
sent.
they're prospect express interest.
Got you. So
and I will say, KTR, I will say, once I really looked at, and I got to be honest, once I looked at your LinkedIn, all your profiles, I looked at my profile and I compared the two side by side.
Right.
And they were just, mine was one way and yours was another way. And I'm like, you know what? I need to change my shit.
Right.
And once I changed it, I started getting people just inboxing, messaging me to be my friend. And then so to me, that's almost like I'm moving them from, I don't have to send a request. Now it's like, hey, okay, cool. Hey, how about we can partner and we can collaborate because this is what I do.
Because people know what you're doing. Also, Edward,
yes, sir.
I'm going to make this recommendation to you because, a lot like Alex and a lot of other people on our platform that are very, very advanced in the marketplace, collecting data every single day, getting better, managing their clients. You should be, one thing I learned is that LinkedIn has a limit for your the length of your video can only be like, it has to be at least 10 minutes or under. So you should be dropping videos on all your social networking platforms, highlighting and showcasing your signature programs, the value that you deliver to the conference coordinator. Now, you think that your LinkedIn is picking up right now because I want everybody to listen to what Edward said. All he did was said, okay, and Edward, when he came into this coaching program, he's not only is he strong-minded, but he believes in himself, as you can hear. He has confidence. He had that when I first talked to him, but it was a little bit of resistance that he had. See, the other programs had burned him. He had taken other training and it just wasn't getting him the results that he was looking for. So he was like, listen, KTR, I don't give a damn how big you are. You got to show me something that really, really works. So I had to really just, I was just myself, but me and Edward, we had to have a different kind of conversation. We really did, because he wasn't having it. It's not that he wasn't skeptical, but he was like, yo, bro, I'm telling you right now, I done just about seen it all, heard it all. And I asked him, I said, Edward, these are the facts about the speaking industry. Now, I gave him more in a half an hour than he ever heard about the speaking industry in his life. And then he said, okay, guess what? On the follow-up call, I'm all the way in, KTR. Let's rock, man. I'm in it. Now, he had a little resistance in the beginning because it was new to him. But you listen to what he's saying to all of you right now. He started to understand what the back formula was. He started to study what I was doing. I didn't come up with this. Austin taught me everything I know about how to manage all of this stuff and present yourself online. There is a specific formula and a method that gets attention to a specific target buyer. And you want to make sure that when they land on your page, that they're seeing exactly what you want them to see. You must control the narrative. So Edward is giving you his blueprint. He didn't resist. He said, you know what? Oh, I see what they're doing now. This is how to manage the social media. This is how to get the signature programs. This is how my speaker video demo needs looking. He crushed all of that. And now he's in the marketplace, managing clients, collecting data, updating his CRM back and forth. That man is going to be a big money, high fee speaker, period. Because he got the right kind of mindset. So Edward, I want to let you know I'm proud of you. I was a little concerned in the beginning because I know how some people are. They just so used to doing things their way. They don't want to submit and commit to a new way of doing it. You did it, brother, and you're getting the results, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. And I will say, you had a young lady, and I'll be done after this. What she talked, I think you asked her, was she going to add a speaker tab on her current page?
Yes.
I will say to her, don't overthink that. Do not overthink that. Just take their template, and because I went through that. I went through the WebEx. I went through all those tickets, and I had to figure out if I was going to use WebEx or this. And what I was able to do was take their template and have my designer design it into my page, and everything worked out. So don't get stuck there. Don't let that keep you from moving forward, because Just because it's not WebEx, it may be, you know, WordPress or whatever. That stuff is there and it works. So don't get stuck at that point. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, no problem. Edward, thank you so much. And I love it when students share from that perspective, because what Edward is doing and many other students on this platform, what they're doing is they're literally creating a new way to do business that works with their brand. We are just providing you the foundational support. And then it's your responsibility to take it to a whole nother level and just do what it is that you are designed to do. We're all uniquely and specifically wired and designed to do a certain thing. Haley says she appreciates that, Edward. Thank you so much for sharing that information. See, this is what happens when you do the work. See, you can't talk with that much confidence unless you do the work. Watch this. If you don't have a graphic designer, send a support ticket and say, KTR, I don't have a graphic designer. I can put you in contact with students. They have graphic designers. Pick one of the speaker info kits that you like, and I'll put you in direct contact with them, and you can get a graphic designer resource. You can use Fiverr. You can get connected with editors. This is what, listen, the upgrade that Auston and the tech team just did to the coaching platform for school, he made it possible for each one of you to message each other back and forth. You can get in contact with a person on this platform if you really, really needed to. The latest upgrades, if you hadn't checked on the speakerfocus.com platform, and we got some new stuff coming that's going to blow your mind. It's all here for you to get better. Don't tell me you don't have access to the resources. This is the very reason why you're on this platform, so you can get the answers to the questions. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to stay stuck in one spot. You have to take it one step at a time and do the work. You cannot just go and start doing outreach. It's over your head if you haven't put together your messaging and your sales tools of what Edward is saying to you right now. That man is in the game. He's in the high fee speaking game. He got his shit wired tight. You hear the conviction in his voice? If you don't sound like that, then you're dragging your ass. That's my responsibility to make sure that you're doing it the right way. Well, I can't check your homework if you don't send it to me, ladies and gentlemen. This shit is real. This ain't some pie in the sky, get rich quick scheme, like some other shit that you see on the internet. We deal with real strategies on this platform that convert into real dollars, that pay real bills. Now, Edward, thank you for that, brother. Anita Yarbrough, talk to me. Alex, you're up next. And then I'm going to go to answering some of the questions back and forth in the chat. I see I got backed up on like 7 questions. Thank you so much. I see everybody chiming in, all helping each other out. I'm so glad you're learning. This is why we do the group calls. Breakthroughs is what we're talking about. Anita, are you there? Anita, are you there? Wait a minute. Let me see. Yeah, Anita, I don't think your audio is working. Anita, I can't hear you for whatever reason.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There you go. Okay, yeah. Yep, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Sorry, I forgot to turn my microphone on.
It's okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I feel amazing. I'm on a day 3 of my juicing fast. I'm sharp as a tack. I got clarity. I feel great.
Okay. You're getting it in. I love it when I hear people talking about their health and doing things to better themselves physically.
Yeah, I got to do better. It's just that simple. I can't just say I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm not trying. I'm doing the work. Okay. What's your question?
So I have 2. Sure. And my first question is, you had 2 examples of 2 different proposals that we were to download for the training. I think it's proposal on-site training agreement. Are these examples that we are to follow? Are we to insert our stuff into that?
Yeah, you're talking about examples that I have in one of the speaker toolkits of an example of a proposal if you were to submit it to a company?
Yeah, they were to two different companies, and they were both written differently. And I'm trying to understand, are they proposals that we are to follow for when we come across two different help me understand, because I'm
okay. Well, it's just, look at it like this. It's just two different versions of how you can present it to the company.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's just two different formats of how you can present it. Those proposals, sometimes it does require, like when I was talking to Charlene a little bit earlier, sometimes a company will do a call for speakers. Well, in the government, guess what they do? They do a call for proposals. So you put together a proposal. It's a template for you to follow, that if somebody ever asks you for one, they say, hey, listen, we need to submit a proposal because we need to get a budget approval from the board. That's the reason why you have that in there, because sometimes it may not just be a straight deal where they say, okay, Anita, we want to hire you. Well, okay, well, you know, is the budget range for my half-day program, is that something your company can accommodate? Oh yeah, we can accommodate that. That's not a problem. The $7,500 for a half-day program is not a problem. However, we do need to get board approval. See, this is all part of, this is all part of the purchase order process. I've had that happen to me multiple times. You know how many nonprofit 501c3s that I've had to do engagements for, on-site trainings? They got to go through a board to get approval. So they may have to get proposals from 10 speakers on one training. And this is the reason why I had to get real good at doing this, because if a person's proposal is written better than yours and they can show the value, see, speakers talk too much shit about what they can do. It ain't about what you can do. It's about what you can prove to the conference coordinator about the value you can deliver to them. So I got real good at writing the verbiage so that I would get the proposal. And then I would send a top sheet over and say, Kevin T. Robertson will set your next conference or corporate event on fire. I would have me with holding some microphones with some flames behind me. And nobody was sending that in there. So not only did I have a nice graphic, I had a better proposal. So that's what the template is for, because you may run into a situation where you may need to submit a proposal to get the speaking engagement. I got it all for you on the speakerfocus.com platform. All you got to do is just tell me what you need, where you are in your career, which document fits the right scenario. Boom, it's already there for you. All you got to do is tweak it, fill it out when you get a client, and send it over to me for approval. And then I'll check the whole thing from top to bottom and make sure it's being presented the right way before you send it through an email.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Because I'm still waiting on my graphic designer to finish so I can complete my demo, because I need the graphics. And also I'm trying to find out if they can also help me with my signature program to insert into my website. Because I know I haven't submitted anything because I'm waiting on this. I got my pictures, and now I'm beginning to think that maybe I need to take more pictures because I only went with my first pictures one outfit. So the next time I may have to take like 2 or 3 costumes to change into. But yeah. So my next question is, you have an end user licensing agreement. Do we need to create one of those as well?
What kind of agreement is that called again, Anita?
It says end user licensing agreement. It's probably like 20 pages, I think.
That's on our platform?
Yeah, maybe it was something that it was meant for us when we signed on with you. I got confused because I think I put it in one of my modules. I have folders.
Oh, that's the that's the agreement. That's the terms of service agreement when you first get on board. Okay, you probably downloaded it and just move it in there. No, that's not for your speaker business. That was just for you.
Okay, yeah, that's what confused me. I wasn't sure if I put it, because I usually, when it comes to the study part, I have folders, module 1. And I think I made a mistake and put it in one of those folders. So it confused me.
No, it's all good.
So so basically, like I said, I'm still, I think the gentleman ready to finalize my graphic designs, and then I can start on my my demo, because the graphic that he has, I wanted to go into my demo as well.
Cool.
So,
You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. Stay in constant contact with the people who are working on your project. Get some updates. Try to set timelines. Remember, a deadline is a forcing system of accountability, and just keep me updated with what's going on. Eventually, you're going to get there. Send over the first draft, just like you did with your speaker info kit. And I gave you some feedback on that. Boom, you put a graphic designer on it, and just keep improving on it and making it better. Okay.
And so right now, all I'm doing is inserting. I'm going through the paperwork. So I'm trying to get the paperwork together. So that's why I'm asking about the proposals and stuff, because I want to have everything in place. I want to have it set up, because I'm going to also have an assistant. So when things start to get kind of chaotic, they can assist me, and I can start training them on that as well.
Exactly. But, now remember, Anita, all those back-end documents like proposals, that's when you actually start getting into the market and interacting with your prospects. You're not there yet. So I would respectfully request that you go back and just focus on the front end, which is making sure you have all the to-do lists together, organize all the content, finish up your sales tools, and then start incorporating all that other stuff. We don't want to put the cart before the horse. Have your business set up the right way. Then you can focus on all that other stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just going back, and I'm just trying to, it's like while I'm waiting on all of this stuff, that's basically what I've been doing, is trying to make sure I have my paperwork in place. I keep going back over my signature programs, going through the sales modules as well, to make sure. And I've printed a lot of this stuff out as well, but I'm going through it like I need to. Okay. I just want to make sure that when I come across certain questions, I write it down, and I come into the Q&A and ask you about it.
Absolutely. And don't hesitate to submit a support ticket. This is what, listen, when you're to the point where you are at a very critical stage in this coaching program, because everybody gets antsy and excited. See, you want to get the bag, but the bag exists on the other side of the sales tools. And unless you get the speaker video demo done, the website and the speaker video demo, that is a lot of work. That shit is tedious. You have got to keep your head down, and you got to stay focused, and you got to be cracking the whip on everybody on your team until it's done. And it's not done until it's done. We're here to approve it, to make sure it's done right. When we say approved, then boom, you off into you get ready. Your next step is getting ready to get into module 5 to start doing outreach and get all your automation and stuff set up. And then you'll be talking like Edward and Alex and many other people that's on the platform. That's what we want to get you, but we cannot rush. Please, Anita, right now, you got to really focus, because you can have this stuff done in a matter of the next 30 or 45 days. All this stuff will be done. And you watch this. You'll be learning on a whole nother level in module 5, right where you need to be at the top of the year, when they start cutting checks for brand new budgets, and they start talking to speakers about booking them in the spring and the summer and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's getting ready to go down big for you. Just stay focused, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
You're very welcome. Keep the questions coming. You're doing a great job. You stay engaged, and you show up every week, and you submit support tickets. And those are the people that are the most successful on this platform. Love you much, Anita. Keep doing a great job.
You too. Thank you.
Troyer, jump in here for me real quick.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, what's up, boss? Do me a favor, man. The water. I gotta take a small break. I'm on my 8th bottle of water today, and it's killing me, bro. I gotta take a break. Take over for me, please, until I come back.
Yeah, for sure. Does anyone have any tech-specific questions that I can help answer? Just drop them in the chat if you do. Just say I have a question. Otherwise, we can wait for Kevin to get back. Hey, Charlene, how's it going? Do you have a question? Okay, 1 second here. I'll get you unmuted. You know what? Kevin hasn't made me the co-host yet, so I don't have the ability to unmute you. So if you could type the question in chat, I can answer it live here.
All right, I'm back. Woo! All right, who's next?
Hey, Kev, I'm not a co-host, so I'm not able to unmute anybody. But Charlene has a question here if you want to unmute her.
Okay, wait a minute. I thought we was going in order. Charlene has another question. Did she put it in the chat?
She had a tech. Yeah, she had a tech-specific question, so I was going to answer
tech-specific. Okay, hold on for a second. Charlene, let me go ahead and get you in here. So I got to make, yeah. Okay, Troy, I made you the co-host. So go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead and Charlene.
Okay. Charlene. Okay, Charlene, ask Austin your tech question.
Oh, great. I can wait for later on, though, because I know you had someone that hadn't had a chance to talk to you. It was, thank you so much, Austin. It was relating to LinkedIn. When you're connecting to conference coordinator, would you suggest that using Sales Navigator is the best tool?
Yeah, certainly. It's not necessary, it's not required, but you're going to have much more invites available to you, so you can have higher volume of prospects that you're reaching. Additionally, and I go over Sales Navigator briefly in week 5, but you'll also get the ability to do advanced searches, which will help you dial in the specific type of conference coordinator you're trying to reach. Another thing I've noticed too, LinkedIn they're starting to crack down on people that are kind of using automated tools. You don't have to be scared of it, but what I will say is if you try to use tools like DuckSoup or other top LinkedIn prospecting automation tools, if you don't have Sales Navigator, LinkedIn I've noticed for a lot of people is they're kind of more difficult to work with. They're more likely to ban your account if you're doing volume and using automation if you don't have Sales Navigator. But if you're paying them, for that business feature, they're nicer to you. So I definitely recommend. And it's not that expensive. It's only like $80 a month or whatever.
No, I'm using it, and I use it in conjunction with Expandy as well.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. So I would keep using it. It's gonna make you a lot more productive on the prospecting side of things.
Cool. Great. That's what I'm doing already. I just wanted to confirm. That's great. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. We're gonna go right to next. Alex is next. I see Rico and then Michelle Arnold right after that. I'll be right with you. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. Okay, Austin, I appreciate that, brother. Okay. Alex, what's going on, champ?
Hey, just checking in. The only thing it's going to be like what Edward said, so like more of commentary than a question. Just
no problem, bro. You're always welcome to share your valuable expertise with the platform.
Yeah, of course, appreciate it. Thank you. My biggest thing with everybody is just who's on the call at different stages, just like Edward said, just to keep the focus, because if you jump steps and you don't, and it gets to the point with the automation will fail. But you can always tweak it, you can always tweak the automation, but you have to go through all those steps because, especially to the level where I am at, you got 30 prospects and then I have 20 interested, to the interested level, and then I've got, some with negotiation stage. And you're making sure you have those notes written down, especially whatever tool it is, especially what Edward's talking about, like everyone's concept is different. So whatever's best for you, there's a couple platforms, and I've talked to Austin with this with my support tickets, like that became easier for us to navigate than what they had to, but it's the foundation and the structure and the templates that really, makes this program stand out from the rest. So that's basically it that I have. But I really appreciate that. And I still need to check out the new updates on Speaker Focus. But yeah, that's
absolutely. Alice, let me ask you a quick question. So how did you stay disciplined from jumping all around? Like, what was it in your mind that you were saying, okay, like, because a lot of people are struggling with this, as you can see on this call. They're struggling with, okay, I finished my signature programs. Now what? Even though you know that the checklist is there to go into the website and the speaker video demo and the speaker info kit. How did you overcome that challenge when you had to go through it to start building all this stuff for Trevor?
My thing is, like, I wanted to see the pace that each module at, because some modules can take 2 weeks, one could take a month, one could take, especially depending on how much work it is. I was really proud of Haley, if Haley is still on the call, in regards to like just getting the signature programs. Like, not much help from KTR. Like, KTR can attest to how many times I said like this, and then Trevor was like, scrap it, and then like, okay, we got to do this all over again. So for me, in regards to discipline, I don't know which time of day I was most productive. So for me, I found myself most productive in the morning. So I made sure that in the mornings, I blocked out time just to focus on speaker focus. And I know in the afternoons, I saw myself being more creative. So if I got my stuff down, okay, and I also rewarded myself, and then, rewards and consequences. I also mentioned in the chat about using SMART goals to measure my progress. So one of the things I did is, okay, so I need to get through module 1 in 1 week. If I get to do it, then I get to do all my creative design projects that I've always wanted to do. If I don't, then, then I need to get back to it and do it. That was kind of like the motivation to do it, basically.
Right. And real quick, for those, I don't mean to cut you off, Alice, just to interject. If those who don't know what SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and trackable. So sometimes they switch up the acronym here and there, but that's basically what it means.
Yeah.
Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and trackable. So you want to be able to you want to track your progress. You heard what Alex said. He blocks out time. This stuff is tedious. Yeah, you feel like you want to pluck one of your eyeballs out after you finish with some of this stuff, but you have to keep your head down. I am going through this. If it makes you feel any better, I am launching a brand new celebrity website, brand new speaker video demo, and a brand new speaker info kit. I am literally going through this shit right now. Every single day, I'm having to find time to work on my own stuff. I'll tell you, it's coming up real soon, but you got to block out time. Morning, evening, whenever you can get it in. Stay in contact with the graphic designer. Alex has a huge advantage because he is a graphic and a web designer. He is the one that does all the branding for the Trevor Romain company. He does all that kind of stuff. He has an unbelievable background with what he knows how to do. That's why he's good at what he does. But on top of that, Alex was submitting the shit out of them support tickets. Pling, pling, pling.
And then I would text you and I'd be like, KTR, did you get it? Austin, did you get it?
He was going,
oh my God.
Look, honestly, Alex puts the most positive pressure probably on the top 5 or 10 students that we, 5 to 10% of students that we have. I mean, when he sends something, he's going to make sure he gets his feedback. Yo, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you like it? Did we swap it? You had to swap it out multiple times, so,
sometimes it's, and then also in regards to feedback, the stuff that KTR sends, if it's like nitpicky or whatever, it's because he's done this, it's because he's done these, getting these stuff. So, that's what I really trust about that. And that's one of the things I didn't take personally. I was like, okay, we're just doing this so we can get better and do it, like some stuff. Because Trevor, he's a keynote speaker. He's done loads of conferences, but we just needed the structure and the accountability to be in there. And that's what this program delivered. And in regards to the calendar, I put this in my calendar, like from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., like 9 a.m., I'm doing speaker focus, and that's all I'm doing, until I get that thing done, until I get that speaker focus. And then if I have any questions in regards to, is it look right? Is it good? That's when I set my support kits before I move forward, because I get to the point when I go to Austin, he'll be like, did you get this done? And then you'll be like, oh crap, it's back in module 1. Then you got to go all the way back to module 1 and go through the whole thing again. And it's so annoying, especially when you go put the automations in. It screws the whole thing up. And then being an event coordinator and an event planner myself, for like 2 conferences. I get to the point where I'm so frustrated, like, okay, the speaker does not have all their stuff together, but next, moving on to the next one who actually got everything together. So when KTR talked about that and Edward talked about that, when you get your stuff together, oh yeah, it's not just because of stuff. Like, I think I mentioned this in other calls too, like this is when, you know, coordinators would be like, okay, this person's got their stuff together, I'm gonna go with them. And I potentially could pay them more because they got their stuff together. And that's exactly what happened to Trevor. So
yeah,
I'm not just saying it to brag or to, you know, put in the work or being a hard worker. I'm just saying, like, the stuff you're going through this program is real, and there's not many BS around it. It's just trying to cut you so many steps so you're not getting to the point where there's so much back and forth with your prospects to, you know, confirming the deal. So
absolutely. Thank you so much, Alex, and I appreciate you sharing that, because, you know, everybody's at a different stage in the program. And a lot of people, even though they have the support, you know, sometimes they got to show up like Haley did, and just know that we're here for them. You know, submit the support ticket and know that, you know, hey, before I do move forward to this thing, I want to make sure. I mean, this is what the whole thing is about. All of you were told in the beginning that you were going to receive detailed audio, video, voice, tech, or whatever feedback. You were going to go over a checklist with you after every single module. When you send it in order to advance to the next module, you should be getting, you should get it. If you don't get an email that says approved, move on to the next thing, then that means that I'm giving you feedback. That means that something you're doing is not quite right. It's not going to fly. When the meeting planner looks at it, all of this is meant for the meeting planner. And we want your business to look as professional as possible. And when you do the work, again, this isn't lip service. You heard what Alex just said. You know, this isn't lip service. He had to do the work, and he's still sitting there tinkering around. You should be tinkering around on your speaker business every single day, because it's forever evolving. Yeah. And the leads come in, and the CRM needs to be updated, and you got to collect this data. It's a constant process, but at least you have a home that you can come back to called speakerfocus.com and get all the answers to the question. Let me tell you something. Had I had something like this early on in my career, I would have hit 6 figures a whole lot earlier than I did. I had to figure it all out on my own, and you don't have to do that. None of you do.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
The last thing I was going to add to that is, like, it reminds me of a video game. You know, you're trying to get to the video game, you're trying to get to that next level, but you have to complete everything in that first level.
Like Donkey Kong.
And you're frustrated, like, crap, how do you get to the next thing? You know, this is kind of like how that is. And this is how you should treat this program. I really enjoyed it, doing it that way. I was like, okay, dang it. Okay, KTR said I still need to work on this before I get to module 2, because I really want to get to Auston's level. He's like, no, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. So I'm like, okay, great. And then when you get there and he says, like, approved, I was like, yes, okay, next level, I'm there.
Exactly. And see, if you look at it, it's a method to the madness. The reason why we do the signature programs first is because once you finish the messaging, what's the very first thing you had to go into, Alex, which was designing the speaker info kit.
Yeah.
And when your signature programs are done, all you got to do is copy and paste them right inside. Just drop it in right where it needs to go. Boop, boop, bio approved, bio's done. Boop, copy and paste that in there. Okay, let me import some pictures. Let me put a header and a footer. I mean, it's just rocking and rolling. As you can see, go page by page, put the content where it needs to go, send it over to us. I'm going to say it's horrible. You got some alignment issues, or it's fire. I love the design. Our students are outdoing each other back and forth because they all got a different vibe and a different kind of brand, and they got a different designer and a different template. But it all in the end comes out looking beautifully. You got to do what you feel is best at the end of the day for your brand. But remember, we're just giving you the blueprint so you can set it up the right way. And then you can just get out into the market. You're going to just grow so much. You got to just go through the process. So for those of you who are procrastinating, stop sitting on your hands and just take action. It will reward this speaker business when it's set up the right way. It will reward you for a lifetime. Alice, you got anything else? Oh, he might have left. No problem. All right. Thank you, Alex, for your participation as always. Man, results. One of my favorite words. I call them KTR's 3 R's to success. Rico? I'm right with you. Rico, hold on for a quick second. If you don't know what the 3 R's to success are, I think they're in module number 2. R number 1 is research. You've got to do an over-exorbitant amount of research. You've got to be obsessive and fanatical with how you acquire your information, because it is the very thing that the conference coordinator wants to hire you for. When you are full of research, when you are a specialist, a subject matter expert, leading authority, and trusted advisor, you have a lot of professional cachet and experience. Now you know what you're talking about. You have command over your content. You are knowledgeable about your subject. You got to hit the recall button is the second R. Why do you want to hit the recall button? Because the more you force in new learning, that's the reason why I got over 2,500 books in my personal library. I've taken over 276 personal and professional development seminars. Why am I obsessive about acquiring new information? Why do I talk to these conference coordinators every single day? Why am I obsessed with reading articles and reading articles in the tech industry, and how much money people are spending on ads for these big corporations? Why am I obsessed with that? Because when you ask me a question, I'm hitting the recall button. I'm asking my brain to go retrieve the information, very similar to how you're giving a command on your keyboard to ask your computer to go bring you back some information. I do a Google search on something, Google brings it back within a matter of milliseconds. Your brain is the same exact way. So you want to be sharp and on point, you got to do a lot of reading. You got to do a lot of research. You got to know your shit. When you hit the recall button, what pops up after you hit recall? Resources. If no resources pop up, that means you got the deer in the headlight syndrome, and your services are of no value to anybody. That's why some speakers will not open themselves up to do a 2-3 hour Q&A. You know why? Because they can't handle it. You know why? Because they're not empowered with the right kind of information. I know what I'm talking about because I live it every single day, and I've lived it for 35 years. There's not one question you can ask me on this platform about speaking that I'm not capable of being able to handle. And if for some reason I can't handle it, I can always defer to Auston, and I got a deep network of other subject matter experts, and I'll get the answer for you. Research, recall, resources. Rico, how can I help you? Rico, you're the 4th R to success.
There you go.
Recall, resources, and Rico. How about that?
That was timely when I came in.
Come on, now.
Timely. Hey. Yeah, you know what? You did have me nervous a little bit. I'm like, I sure hope I did the video right, because I ain't hear nothing back. I said, okay, it must be good.
Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Are you talking about your testimonial video? Or are you talking about your speaker video demo?
No, the testimonial video.
Okay, wait a minute. Did you submit 2 or just, no, that was Ramon that was supposed to. Did you submit 2 or 1?
I submitted 1.
You submitted 1. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, no, listen, I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay.
But I'm gonna look at it between tonight and tomorrow, and then I'll give you some feedback when I appreciate you taking our time to do it.
Oh, no problem. Always an honor. Thanks for allowing me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, by the way, I really have a question. I just kind of up to date. This upcoming on the 5th, I'm doing the video. When I was telling you about for the final. So that'll be on the 5th. And the speaker info kit, where we're the designer on that, gave him a heck of a deal. So that's coming together. So I'm just saying the progress is there. I'm glad I took my time, because I think sometimes as kind of like creatives or creative visionaries, sometimes we try to, we can think wide and not really take time and go deep to the next thing. And so when you get overwhelmed, you try to hit it all at once, and then you get stuck. And so I just had to take one step at a time. Like, okay, speaker info kit, I got a lot of that done. Just had them when I got that done, I got with the graphic designer that I utilized. And he gave me, gave me I told him what's what, this is what it is. And then, of course, like I said, the videographer. And and last thing I was gonna say, man, watch this. I know someone. I'm actually in their group though. I've been in since before I met you. But they actually just they just crushed the stage over there at Russell Brunson's thing, right? And I'm giving it as a testament to you because he said out of all, and he's great at what he does, but he said, I never had to prepare for a speech. I never had to put together a keynote until this one. He was so nervous for Russell Brunson. He's good friends with Vargas, right? So when I'm saying, I'm bringing that up to you because I said, gee, he said he just now started with the program. I'm like, well, I'm part of the program. Well, I'm getting coached by the best. And I've already got 4 signature programs already down.
Right.
And he just had, so I'm just saying, that just let me know. Not saying that I wasn't being trained by the best. So I'm just saying, I think it's just a testament that I'm in the right place at the right time, learning from the right people. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it, man. It's all about having access to the right kind of information, Rico. And in business, they call that the slight edge advantage. If you just know a little bit more than your competition, then it gives you the advantage. And make no mistake about it, in business, it's competitive. So if you have the right kind of tools to grow your speaker business, you're not lacking the tools on this platform. It's all laid out for you. You just have to be willing to do the work. And a lot of times that, work ethic is something I can't teach you. You're either going to grab that to-do list and you're going to do it. There's no need to feel, me and Auston are not here to make people feel embarrassed. I've realized I come at you hard sometimes with tough love, but nobody else in the industry is doing that. Would you rather have me talk to you like that and get the work done and know that I still love you and support you? I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tear you down. I'm here to make it better. Before you show it to the conference coordinator, me and Auston need to be able to see it first. It's just that simple. You want to give it to people. The reason why people lack success is because they lack higher level mentorship. There's no way you can learn marketing on a higher another level unless you got somebody who makes more money than you and who understands the game better than you. And that's why we created this platform. We had a vision, bro, when we put this together. I know what everybody else in the industry is doing. I make it my business to know. Man, let me tell you something. We'll hack into somebody's funnel. We'll opt in and go through their whole process. I know what everybody in my space is doing. You better. Yeah. And I know what their curriculum looks like, and I know what ours looks like. And believe me, it's going to take them a long time to catch up to what we're doing.
Right.
Because they don't care. It's not in their approach. See, everybody's thinking, just tell a cute story and go grab the money. But then when you run into a real conference coordinator who's looking to book speakers at the $5,000+ level, who doesn't play that shit. They don't care about that fluffy stuff. They want some substance. This is why we put this platform together the way we did, Rico. So my hat is off to you. Listen, we appreciate the compliments. And I try to stay as humble as I can, but right is right. And the right thing is to tell people what they need to hear so their business can thrive and grow. You get credit because you do the work. Again, it's not a contest to see who can get to the finish line the fastest. It's as long as you get the work done and you're getting the feedback back and forth. Most people don't have that. And when you don't have it, you're either going to get distracted or discouraged. And then that puts you on the sidelines. We want you in the game. We want you in the game. And plus you got other brothers and sisters. We are family. You got other brothers and sisters on this platform who are being successful, who are collecting data every single day, who are out into the marketplace, booking speaking engagements, getting punched in the face, overcoming obstacles, sending back support tickets. That's how you get better at this business. There's not one student who has finished module 5 that they don't constantly pepper Auston and the tech team with support tickets. Yo, I did this. I tried this. This didn't work. What about this? What about that? It's something I don't understand. This is what we're here for.
Right.
So Rico, we appreciate you, bro. Keep working hard.
Hey, ain't nothing but to do it. I'm gonna do that. There's one thing I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna sit back and watch. There's too much to offer. And
Rico,
so,
you done paid way too much money, bro, to let this opportunity slip through your fingers and then not take action.
Ain't no way. I will say this in closing.
Yeah.
There is a couple of someone who does a marketing type Zoom. They have looked at me to see about possibly collaborating on a presentation. That's like in December.
Okay.
So we're talking. We'll be talking setting up a date. I think a date time is set up for the first part of October.
Okay.
To discuss that. So I'm just studying what the process, even though I'm going through the tools, but I'm still going through the sales process and, asking the right questions. So I just wanted to let you know that, keep you up to speed on what's going on. I appreciate
Absolutely. Listen, man, whenever you're putting together a deal, just like you see Charlene is always, her business is starting to pick up. She shows up on the group calls because she want to know these strategies of how to put these deals together so she can close it. So as your deal is developing, either do it on a group call or either send it through support. I don't have a problem with looking at a proposal. I don't have a problem with checking the verbiage to make sure that it's right. We do it all the time. This is what we set up to do. We want it looking right before you present it to the meeting planner, because this business, like I said, is a lifetime worth of rewards if you set it up the right way. All right.
Appreciate it so much, boss.
You're very welcome, man. Talk to you real soon.
All right.
We're getting ready to slide in the home plate here. We're on the back end of the Monday group call. Michelle Arnold is next. I believe that's the last hand that we had up. And then I'm going to read a couple of questions out of the chat, a couple of nice comments in there, and then we're going to slide in the home plate. Hey, Michelle, you there?
Oh, yes. It would help if I would unmute. So first of all, I just wanted to say I love hearing that you are on your weight loss journey. That is also always amazing for me. And it made me think about this week is crunch week for me, because I don't know if many of you know this, but I am a competitive power lifter. I haven't touched 300 pounds on my deadlift in almost 2 years now. So I'll be doing that Wednesday. So pray for me as I pray for you all.
I will pray for you. Michelle, I didn't know you went that hard, but I know you work out on a consistent basis. So that's pretty impressive.
Well, thank you. And my highest squat that I've squatted at a meet was 275. So hopefully next year I'll be getting up into 300s. And what was I going to ask you? Oh, so I heard you say something about using your platform to talk about your signature programs. And so my question was, how long should they be? Because I know you don't want to like, I do car vlogs when I leave the gym, and I'm always talking about something motivational. And I thought, you know what, that'd be a perfect time to take a piece of one of my signature programs to just talk about it. So how long should that be? Because I'm one of the people, when I get excited, I can just talk all day.
No, I know. Now, you know what, Michelle, that's a great question that you asked. By the way, I love your car vlogs, and they're more so on obviously the motivational, inspirational side. Just, hey, this is my life, and you may be going through some of the same things I'm going through. I love that type of messaging. So what you can do is incorporate directly from your signature programs. Take a bullet or take a theme or a topic. I always have a theme when I drop a video. Like, I've been doing a series lately, speaking directly to our target audience. I've been doing a theme that's called the reason why you're not a high fee speaker is because, and then I'll just fill in the title. And I created this whole video series, but I noticed that when LinkedIn gets a lot of organic growth. And when people opt into our sales funnel and they start clicking around, as they're going to do with all of your sales funnels as well, they're going to start clicking around and wanting to get information. The first thing they're going to do is go obviously to speakerfocus.com, KevinTRobertson.com. They're going to check out any and everything about you. They're going to start going to every single social media link that you have. They're going to do a Google search on you. Typically, what comes up on the top 10 is Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, whatever your website is. any pictures that they can find, and all of that. So LinkedIn, I love it so much is because they restrict the amount of time. So people who want to put some extra sauce on it, like you on Facebook, you can just go all day long. So what I do is I make my videos under 10 minutes so they are compatible with LinkedIn's policy with the timeline. I mean, with the length of time that you can let the video go. And then I just take that video and post it everywhere else. So now you're giving 10-minute lessons directly from your signature programs, which is what you should be doing anyway. Speaking directly to the pain point of the meeting planner, conference coordinator, chair, board, or committee member, or key decision maker who is directly responsible for purchasing professional speaking services. That is what your content should be doing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this was right on time because Sunday, a lady actually, I'm starting to share my videos on LinkedIn, which is something I hadn't been doing in the past. And I saw on yesterday that somebody sent me a message Saturday. And she said, I just want you to know, I watch your car vlogs. You are so funny. She said, but I love the message that you send out. You need to be getting paid for that. And I thought, wow, you know what? That's interesting. But it was great to know, because a lot of times people don't comment, so you don't know who actually is seeing it. So when you said that about using your signature program, I thought, wow, that would be interesting.
Absolutely. Yeah, Michelle, your content is great. You have a beautiful speaking voice. And I checked out a couple of the car vlogs. The content is fire. You just got to start doing that with your signature programs, but start becoming more comfortable with delivering content that's going to add value to the person who's going to pay you money. When you do it, it's a reward that lasts a lifetime. Everybody, most of the people on YouTube, they're just talking. They're not, their videos aren't really going to a specific target market. They're generalists. They're all over the place. When you start getting real specific, you can start seeing real specific changes in your speaker business. It's all part of the growth process, Michelle. So I would say definitely do that, because you add so much value when you speak, and you're very smart. So you start doing that to the conference coordinator and cranking out those videos. That ain't gonna do nothing but add more value to your brand.
Okay, good. This is great. I mean, I love to motivate, but sometimes it does get draining to just motivate people all the time. So this is actually great. And I will definitely start adding that content in. Now, you said something about your videos can only be 10 minutes. I'm not sure how to use that, because I take a video that I've actually uploaded. So the vlog that you see, I upload that directly to Instagram, but I also upload it to my YouTube platform, and I just shared that video. So when you say you have to keep it under 10 minutes, where's that?
Well, LinkedIn just has a restriction. And the reason why I say 10 minutes is because it doesn't take long to do a 10-minute video. I mean, I could do it. Listen, sometimes I'll drop a 10-minute video if I get a cancellation during the day. I'll drop a 10-minute video in the morning, and then I'll just go ahead and post it everywhere. The reason why I noticed it when I was making these 15 or 20-minute videos is that I uploaded my video and it would not upload on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is a professional platform. And if I'm talking to people and people are looking for me, I want them consuming my content, because they're going to go to LinkedIn. Why would I want to leave LinkedIn out?
Right. Is this a live video you're doing?
No, it's not. It's not live. I mean, I just upload a video, but LinkedIn has a restriction. If it goes over 10 minutes, they're going to say your video is too long.
Got you. Okay.
So I said, there's no way I'm leaving out LinkedIn. So what I'm saying is, if you want to do videos that are longer, you can have at it on the other platforms. I'm just saying that you don't want to leave out LinkedIn, because that's one of the primary places people are going to go to know that you're serious about your business. And you heard Edward a little early in the call. Edward looked at my LinkedIn profile, saw how structured that it was, and he went in and tweaked his, and he redid it. See, remember, you've got to control the narrative. The first line of defense for your speaker business are your sales and your marketing materials and your social media. Right. Now they're going to go and click on everything. So I'm sorry, if you're sharing stuff, hypothetically speaking, Michelle, like No Knock on the Real Housewives of Atlanta or any of the other reality shows, if you're sharing that and you're taking up real estate space on your social media, and if I'm a conference coordinator and I want to start doing some digging on Michelle Arnold, and I start clicking on the videos, what am I going to see? You see, That stuff hurts your brand, and people don't even realize it. They don't even know. They don't even understand the why behind what they should be posting on their social media. If you understand it the way I understand it, and the way we teach you on this platform, and the way Austin taught me, and somebody else taught him, is that every piece of content that you see me post supports my lifestyle. It supports me giving information to people who want to learn how to speak, or people who want to book me to speak.
Right.
Period. I'm not interested in posting anything else, because if I do, I'm diluting my brand, and everything me and Austin are working for is going totally against the grain. People want to know that they're dealing with the best when they go to your page. They want to know they're dealing with very specific information. By the way, when you come to my page, you can't get this kind of information anywhere else on planet Earth. You cannot Google the stuff that I teach. It's our brand, the ideologies and the approaches. I make sure I incorporate stuff in the videos that when I come off of a meeting with Austin, I'm like, oh, I need to make a video about that. What is it that our students need more of? I take the calls like this, Michelle. You're gracious enough to come on these calls and share your time with me. I get an epiphany from having a conversation with you or one of the other students, and I'll make a video about that so it can serve other people who are not in the coaching program yet.
Right. Okay.
You see, this is what it's all about. Your primary objective is to make a connection with the meeting planner. And if you think about the pain that they're experiencing in the mental health crisis that we're in, and it's going to be lasting for decades, Michelle, you could be dropping videos left and right, just teaching. Michelle, I'm gonna leave it on this note. This is what I'm respectfully requesting that you do. I want you to teach, which you know how to do at a very high level. I want you to transfer knowledge, which you know how to do at a very, very high level. And I want you to facilitate, which is what you know how to do at a very high level. If you do those three things for me, from your signature programs, which have already been approved, take little nuggets. Michelle, you can just snatch one word out of there and say, you know what? I'm going to drop a 10-minute video speaking directly to the conference coordinator about this. What's one of your signature programs, Michelle?
One of them was speaking with confidence.
Okay, so watch this. Hey, meeting planners and conference coordinators. My name is Michelle Arnold, and one of my signature programs is entitled Speaking with Confidence. I understand that when you're in a chair, board, or committee meeting, and it's important that when you start the meeting off right, you want to be able to speak with confidence. So today I have 2 tips I want to share with you that will allow you to start and stop your meeting on time, facilitate questions, and have more confidence as a meeting planner. I mean, Michelle, I'm the best you've ever seen in your entire life. It's just that simple.
Right.
If you stick to that, and then deliver from your heart what you know from your signature programs directly to the meeting planner. If you want that verbiage, by the way, you can just come back and look at this group call. Austin will probably release it in another day or 2.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
You got it? So that's all I want you to do. Add value to the meeting planner. That is the only person that matters in this industry. The people with the budgets are the people who you're supposed to help the most, because when you help them and they know you're over delivering and they know it's sincere. And my God, Michelle, you got all of that. Now just start posting content. Now you're going to have 25, 50 videos. They may not look at all of them, but they're going to say, okay, I got the idea. When I'm booking Michelle Arnold, I know exactly what I'm getting. She's going to help us become better communicators. And damn, do we really need that right now?
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much.
Okay, Michelle, you're very welcome. Love you much. Talk to you real soon.
All right.
Bye. Okay, everybody, I think that is all of the hands are down. Man, we couldn't do it without you. Okay, let me see. Okay, Brian, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for the compliments and all the kind words. Okay, Michelle gave. Yeah. Okay, Anita got Michelle's information. Okay, Anita wanted your channel, so you sent that to her. That's cool. Wayne, appreciate the compliments, brother. We love you back. Me, Austin, and the entire team of Speaker Focus, we could not do it without you. Jonathan says tough love is good. That is real love. That's right. That's the kind of love I got growing up. My mother didn't let anything slide. You had to do it until you got it right. And I don't care how many tears that you cried. I don't care how frustrated you were. Eventually, You can't listen, you've got to get it done, and you cannot make quitting an acceptable habit. Once you start quitting and giving up and letting procrastination consume your life, it will become a habit that will literally take everything apart that you're putting together. Okay, let me see. Any other, just trying to make sure I'm seeing anything on the chat. Austin addressed that question already. All the people who chime in on the group calls, who share their experiences, I want to, me and Austin really, really appreciate that. You know, anytime you get breakthroughs, which happen every single week, you can see what's happening to these students on this platform. They are learning, they're growing, they're overcoming their obstacles, they're battling through their struggles. The way to do that is to submit support tickets, request the help. I don't care. Listen, some of you think, oh, I've been gone for 2 or 3 months. You know, I don't even want to deal with KTR, what he's going to say to me. Don't look at it that way. I'm not going to say anything to you that's going to be disrespectful. All we're going to do is pick up right where you left off. We're going to get you there, but you have to do the work. As you can see, people are getting results. This platform solves problems that I didn't have access to when I was coming through the speaking industry. I let my ego get in the way too much. And I'm glad that you aren't doing that. You are making better choices than I did very early in my career. And that's why you're going to hit success a whole lot faster than I did. You have to do the work. This is not a promise. This is a guarantee. When you do the work, success will come and you will be booking high fee speaking engagements. Go back and look at these group calls. We got hundreds of hours logged in now. You can go back and keep listening to people's stories. You can keep listening to the methodology, the approach, and look at the habits. Listen to the success habits that these students are cranking out on this platform. On behalf of CTO, Mr. Auston Troyer, my bestest buddy in the whole wide world, the best business partner I've ever had, the best friend I've ever had. He showed me the game and took it to a whole nother level. And what we got coming is going to be mind-blowing. On behalf of Austin, the entire tech team at speakerfocus.com, I am Kevin T. Robertson, proud CEO and your fearless leader. I will catch you right here, same time, same place next week. Stay focused on your goals and dreams. Keep your head down and get shit done.